Who's there? Who's fucking there? Not like this. Chat. Life. Ow. Fuck. I hit my elbow. Chat. Gamers. How are we doing today? Good afternoon, Ramen. I'm here for it. I'm here for once. Hey, Macy. Good to have you. Bracket / hello. Raffle, hey. Pancake, hello. Lucky Archer, let's rise up. Yes. Violet Canoe, hello. Zoy Sauce, hey. Bramos. Bramois? Bramos. Hello. Cool Myron, how you doing? Senalocus. Midar from DS3. Well, we can talk about this time as this stuff goes on. Talk about that as stuff goes on. Hello, Green Like the Color. How are you, Wolf Pop? I'm doing well. What's popping? Not much. I think I'm here. Sir, it's a lot. I'm here. Diogo, hello, good night. Quick Spars, hi. Viking, how are you? Bakken, Bacon, sup? Bakang, sup? How's everyone doing today? How's life? Excuse me. I think I have to add something real quick. Let's see. Does this? Cool. Falling for someone you've been seeing for a while. We're getting into dangerous territory. Let's fucking go. Early love for the win, bruh. Someone bringing you some happiness in this hellscape of the world. Let's fucking go. What are we doing today? Good question. I'm happy for you, Mac. Today, sorry, I have to readjust my voice, okay? Last night, for some of you may have seen it. I know some of you were there. I did a late night stream. I did a secret late night stream. I played Resident Evil 3, the first half of it. But my wife was sleeping, so I had to kind of stream the whole time at about this volume. And you can imagine a bunch of, oh my god, oh fuck, shit, fuck you, fuck, god damn it. But yeah, I gotta bring it back up to normal performative volume, mild yells, squeaky chair, all good stuff. Daystain, thank you for the prime. Watching the new Mossbag video. Well, Mossbag's video is like 15 minutes. It's also a YouTube video. So you can literally pause it. You can pause it right now. Mossbag and I are mutuals now, officially. Saw my tweet about Hollow Knight, and now we're mutuals. So I've given you permission to stop watching Mossbag. To watch me. And then you can watch the Mossbag video. Listen, Mossbag and I go way back to yesterday. Where we had one interaction on Twitter. Okay? I promise you, knowing Mossbag in that way, I can tell you. Watch the stream. And then watch his video. Twice even. Watch the Mossbag video twice. Okay? That's how kind I am. I'm not going to watch... not that I get a massive amount of viewers where it's going to have a terrible effect, but I am kind of against watching other creators' videos on stream the day they come out, or even the week they come out. Because if I take away any views from that could hurt them. Then yeah, my stream's at a size where it's not going to have a massive effect, but I'm doing it on principle. Has anyone here watched The Truman Show? Yep. Good movie. Good movie. Give it some time. Give videos some time. A few days. A few while. Let other people watch them. Who is the villain from The Truman Show? The villain from The Truman Show is everyone except for Truman and the girl who tries to help him. Everyone else, villain. The viewers, villain. The architect, villain. Or is that his name? What's his name? Klaus? Klaus, villain. Ed Harris, I think, is the biggest villain. Because he's orchestrated this whole thing. The director, he's probably the biggest. But all the actors are in it are complicit. The hairy bathtub, for sure, dude. For sure. He's maybe the worst. If you're watching The Truman Show while taking a bath, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. You're too deep. You're too stuck in the cycle of consuming media. And now a handful of you who are watching this stream while taking a bath are like, well, fuck you, Raz. Fuck you, dude. I was just trying to watch your stream while getting a soak on, and now you're fucking attacking me. And yes, get a fucking life, okay? Truman Show is very, very prophetic. 100%. It definitely kind of predicted the social media craze and Twitch, honestly, and live stream in general, even YouTube. Well before the idea of that was ever possible. Poop viewers are fine. Poop viewers are fine. Because you have to poop, you know? You have to do it, and whatever you're doing in that time, it's like, it is what it is. It is what it is. With a bath is intentional. A bath is intentional. And if you're spending your bath time watching The Truman Show or Rasputin, I don't know. You gotta, you know, you might be taking, you might need to ease back a bit on your media consumption. Okay, what about post-poop shower viewers? As long as you didn't watch in the shower. With some lavender bubbles, I believe it. Lewis, thank you for the Prime. Hope you're having a nice day. I really enjoy your live streams. Came from YouTube. Thank you. Also, thank you for the great... Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you for the Prime, and thanks for stopping by, and thanks for the kind words. I try to do good stuff across the board. Chad, I have lots of exciting things in the future. And we'll see how they keep going. But let me tell you, Once Upon a Roll, we're beginning production. And I have a lineup of just fucking cool-ass guests. It's gonna be cool. One returning player. I'll give you this, the first player I ever had on, my friend Brian. One of the best D&D players I know. Gonna be a guest. Some other people that I'm not gonna mention to build suspense. Gonna be a guest. My wife, the lady I live with, more famously known, gonna be a guest. Got lots of people lined up. Or some people lined up. Not lots. Lots of cool people lined up. And then we'll see how that run goes. And if people like the show, if people like Once Upon a Roll, we'll keep doing it. And if people are like, hey, this is a good show, but, you know, I got other stuff to do, then we won't keep doing it. But hopefully it goes well. My goal is mostly pretty much to launch a Patreon with it, and then for it to at least make what it costs. That's my goal. That's my goal with the relaunch, is to be able to produce the show not at a loss. As most things should be. Haven't really watched a Rasputin stream before watching it in the show. I don't know about that. Is there anyone here that isn't from YouTube? I don't know. I mean, I think most people here are probably familiar with my YouTube stuff. But I will say I have had a fair amount of people come in, watch stream, follow, sub, and then check out my YouTube stuff after. That is not the oddest thing to have happened. I was a fan. Cap. Snow's capping out here. Squeaky Samurai, thank you for the tier 1 sub. With that said, Snow might be one of the first Rasputin Twitch fans. I'll give him that. So, you know, it is what it is. Only watch Raz streams while on airplanes to Sweden. So just right now? Is this the only time? Is he the best? No, chat. All of you are equally the best. You want to know who the best is? Whoever's dropping those sweet, sweet primers. And that could be you right now if you just check. Came here from YouTube back during the Subnautica stream. Yeah, I was talking about that some last night when I was streaming RE3. I was like, you old heads know. The quiet spoken Rasputin talking about bread. And playing games that scare him. Anyway, Daryl, how you doing? Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. I did the how to become a YouTuber, how to become a video essayist. Did well. It was a lot of fun. Had a good crowd. And I'm in talks with a production company to get it edited down into a more consumable thing. If you missed it, for anyone who missed the talk, I do have it posted on my VOD channel. Oh, here's the link. If you'd like to watch it, you know, follow there. Of course, I will be making it a more consumable thing. But yeah, working on getting that edited down and a bunch of other stuff edited down for the second channel to see if I can like get some traction through Twitch highlights. Because that'd be fun too. As for today though, chat. When you're already subbed to the VOD channel, hell yes. As for today, so pretty much how things go. Last week, you may have been here for it. I did a stream where we started sending in submissions for the best video game character of all time. It was a lot of fun. We talked about good characters, mediocre characters, stuff like that. A few meme characters. And I don't know, after some conversations that were had in chat and with people after chat, I kind of realized trying to do, or starting with a best video game character might just be a little too broad to have the sort of reaction or sort of discussion that I want right now. So instead, what I'm gonna do is switch it, flip the script, and we're going to do best. We're going to have two categories, which is going to just be like, right now we're going to do best, I mean, how should I do it? Huh? I think here's what I'll do. Maybe find like four things, 4 brackets. Here's my thought. Come up with 4 character idea brackets to spread this content out as far as I can. We do like villains, we do protagonists, we do NPCs, and then something else. I don't know what the 4th would be. That kind of is all encompassing. And then sidekicks, yeah. Maybe. Secondary characters, kind of NPC though. Enemy mob. Because if I say NPC, you'll say like Garrus. And then if I say side character, you'll say Garrus. Comic relief. But that's too broad. Well, we'll figure it out. But I want to start with more focused categories that are going to be easier to debate about. You know? I feel like companion still hits NPC. But we can probably make some sort of distinction. Characters with the best knockers or the Yeah. Yeah, sure. I mean, we can do that one too. So what we're going to start doing today is, instead of just best character, we're going to do best villain. And then probably next month I'll do like best good guy, maybe? I was going to say protagonist, but maybe just good guy? Or maybe, okay, maybe we'll do, yeah, I guess companion could be good. And then NPC can just be more general, right? Because like, I mean, what do you count as a companion? Like, is Sadie in Red Dead Redemption 2 a companion? Or Charles or whatever? Do they count as companions? I'd say yes, because they feel more like NPCs and they help you on missions. And obviously, like Atreus, a companion. Ellie, Lev, companions. Elizabeth, companion. So I got a yes and then a nah. And this is why I hate Twitch chat. I think Kazooie's a companion, and yeah, I think so. I don't know. We'll figure that out in future months when it matters. But I kind of wanted to just do villains. I wanted to switch up the conversation and just have it be around villains. Instead of going all the way to best character, you got to tease it. You know what I mean? You got to tease it a bit. You just start with best character and then work backwards. You know? Would you ever consider doing an all-time favorite games list or video? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the video would be. I kind of already have done it all. I've already done that, though. It's my games I wish I could replay. I don't know. I don't know how I would do it in an interesting way. If you want to know my top 5 favorite games right now, Outer Wilds, Breath of the Wild, Shadow of the Colossus, Hollow Knight, Dark Souls. That's my top 5. Villains are cool. I agree. So we're going to do the same selection process. Villains are villains. You know what? Yeah, any antagonist is fine. Evil doesn't matter. Evil don't matter. So pretty much in the characters one, people did submit a few villains. A few of them made it through. I am just going to pass those villains on through to be possible contenders. Okay? Those are possible contenders that might go on the list. I have decided the characters who didn't do well, who didn't pass on, are back on the menu. They're back on the menu. You can put them on. Because before people were rating them as best character of all time, where now you're doing it best villain, which is different. So I think like Dutch Vanderland had been put on. Handsome Jack had been put on. They didn't make it. But now they're back on the menu because it's a different topic. And I feel like they certainly have a better chance now of making best villain than they did at making best character. Here's a good question. Is the best villain someone you love to hate, sympathize with, or is it someone you absolutely hate and wish the worst on? I mean, that's a good question. And that's how, that's something you'll have to vote with. What makes the best president? It's the same thing. Everyone's going to have different values and be voting with different things. And like with politics, shut up, Trey. And like with politics, the best kind of voter is, of course, the uninformed voter. So obviously, always feel free to vote. It is just going to be video game villains, yeah. Just going to be video games. I've got a plan, Arthur. Can't wait to have no opinions this stream again. Good. The best voters are ones who vote for the bathtub. No. No. Today we are doing noms. And then next week we'll do the bracket. Among Us Red. Ranking the best U.S. presidents of all time. No shot. So, that's that. That's the plan. Any questions? So, the 3 contenders who already moved forward are... Let me make sure I got all of them. All right, the 3 contenders are GLaDOS, Bowser, and Voss. So they are all you know, you don't need to put them on. We won't vote for them. Okay? Dude, what's the website called? Nightbot? All right. All right. Can we nominate interpretations of villains exclusive to video games? For example, the Joker as he appears exclusively in the arcade. Yeah. I mean, I'd say it's probably best, especially for people who are villains in many things, to give like a specific thing of which they are a good villain. Or a specific few things. All right, chat. So how this is going to work. You all will be able to type in the phrase "bag is best." And when you type it in, you will be entered here for a giveaway, which I will roll, okay? I will roll to see who gets picked. And then I'll pick you. Why is no one coming up? Let's give it a second to populate and then fix it, because I think I fucked up. Okay. Is this working? I don't know. Fuck it. Fuck it. So yeah, this is how we'll do it. You'll be entered through Bag is Best, and I'll roll it. And then if you are picked, you can tell me the villain who you would like nominated for this shit. And, you know, maybe a couple sentences as to why you think that villain is good for, you know, best villain of all time in a video game. And then we'll talk about it. And then I'll have chat vote on it. And then that's it. That's it. If they do well, they'll be a contender and I may put them on the bracket. And if they don't do well, they'll be forgotten forever. It seems like this isn't working. Okay, it wasn't having... Okay. This makes a lot more sense now. It was taking out all mods and subs. Whoops. Sorry. Hopefully this is right, though. All right, Zoe Sauce, what do you got for me? Logan from Dragon Age Origins. Here's one issue with doing this Logan. Everyone's favorite Logan, you know? Okay. I don't know. I haven't played Origins, so I'm not going to do a good job selling your pick here. But looks like a bad guy in Dragon Age. You know. Can you give me some bits on what you like about him? Because I don't know anything. So if you want there to be any chance of Logan being a contender. Motivations are cool. Possible companion, kind of tragic. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not super familiar. Which obviously, you know, something like this is always going to be a mixture of my own biases and the popularity of a character. But who knows? Maybe people are big Dragon Age Origins fans. Is Logan a contender? You have 1 minute to vote. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Painted as the worst, but you get the option to talk, and he appears he's actually kind of reasonable. Interesting. Yeah, unsurprising. I feel bad. It's how it goes. Granted, you know, I'm sure even if I knew the character, I don't know that this would be much different than it is. Makes it hard, yeah. You know, obviously to a degree, it's going to be a popularity contest, but it looks close. Only a difference of 17 votes, which at times has been close. But unfortunately for this competition, whether or not Logan actually may be one of the best villains of all time isn't going to be a contender. All right, if you'd like to re-enter yourself, you can type in bag is best. Yes, you may have sold a copy of the game. True. All right, real quick, gotta do something because someone thinks they're clever. Ba-boom! See ya, Sir Oats, a lot. All right, Tommy, what do you got for me? Caesar from Fallout New Vegas. All right. Caesar. Caesar is... It's been a minute. I never beat it, so let's go. All right. Caesar, everyone's favorite character from Fallout New Vegas. I thought the bad guy was Chandler. Isn't the bad guy Chandler? All right, so I don't know anything about Caesar. There are a lot of bad guys in New Vegas. Fair and true. All right, what do you like about Caesar, Tommy? Leader, dictator, and co-founder of Caesar's Legion. Cool. He's revered by legionaries, self-proclaimed son of Mars, former member of the Followers of Apocalypse, and a former citizen of the CR. Okay, so he's a charismatic cult leader. He's the middleman for Mr. House. Okay. Why, Tommy Beans, why do you think Caesar should be on the list for best villain of all time? All right, chat, here's what I'm going to have you do. If you have your person picked out, type out why you think they should be the best villain of all time, so you can send it to me. If I know the character, I'll have a lot to run off of. But like, you know, tell me why. His background beginning as a follower of the apocalypse. Okay. His ability to conquest and control the West Coast. Okay. Mainly his charisma. Charismatic cult leader. Interesting. Fair play. We can work with that. Chat, for you New Vegas lovers. Should Caesar be a contender? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Gamers, let's go. I really want to get into New Vegas. I just struggle so much with Bethesda games. By the way, it's 60%. It needs to be over 60% for this right now. For the amount of people we got. 15 seconds. Come on, gamers. What are we doing? We're voting on whether we think Caesar from Fallout New Vegas should be a contender for best villain of all time bracket. But what about Bowser is even a good villain? Why is Bowser a good villain? Like, is Bowser a good villain even? Has anyone made that YouTube video? Fortunately, Caesar will not be a contender. Probably less for how good of a villain he is and more for enough of his fucking losers like me haven't played it. Bowser is iconic. Okay. And is iconic a good villain? He's the best written Nintendo character, period. Cap. Great design. Yeah. I don't know. You're not giving me good answers. All right, if you'd like to re-enter Bag is Best. Sephiroth is iconic and his entire motivation is being a mama's boy. Yeah. So? All right. Noah the Honey Boy, what do you got for me? I mean, the issue with anything like this, of course, is that a bunch of people are going to have their very favorite villains from very specific thing that is small. Not that New Vegas is small. New Vegas is pretty big. I'm just a scrub, and I guess a lot of us are scrubs too who haven't played it. But people will hit stuff from something that's kind of small, not super, super popular. That was very moving to them. And everyone will be like, who Megalol? All right, Noah, you got 10 seconds before I move on. Bowser's development is iconic. Handsome Jack from Borderlands 2. And what are some reasons you like Handsome Jack? We had Jack last time when it was best character, but now we're doing best villain, which is kind of a lot different. I know some of you were here when I explained it, by the way. I recognize the names. Some of you saying this shit were here before when I explained it. For people who just came in, that is what it is. But for you who've been here for a minute, why I oughta. Yeah, that was for best character of all time, where now we're just doing best villain, which is different. Which is definitely gonna have different measurement, whatever. Handsome Jack, you like him because of his charisma, his constant presence, super funny, genuinely thinks he's the hero. Yeah, certainly an interesting take, and in the world of Borderlands, someone that's as big of an asshole as him could be a hero anyway. It's not like the heroes are all that great themselves. Yeah, and I talked about this in a video. I like that he is comedic the whole time, does lots of funny ha-has. You don't take him serious, and then some stuff happens in the story midway through that really is quite tragic and changes him and how he acts a fair bit, which I think is done in an interesting way, because you're kind of like, hey, wait, Where's that handsome Jack that was making fun of me all the time? Where'd that one go? You know, and then he's just more malicious and yeah, evil. And he's pretty good in Tales from the Borderland too. Certainly a solid use of comedy and tragedy. And definitely, I think, a hero that makes sense for the kind of world that Borderlands is. Definitely knows how to monologue. Yeah, a good performance, too. I think a solid performance. I mean, you know, most of these are going to be good performances. But yeah, what do you think, chat? Is Handsome Jack a contender for this bracket? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Make your votes heard. Yeah, where I would definitely agree with him not hitting the bracket for best character of all time, because that's just hard and more general. This makes sense. This makes sense for best villain. He's solid for sure. Brought much needed tension, I think, in Borderlands, because that first game had like, it was just like, hey, you're a vault hunter, kill these monsters. And sometimes there was some tension between characters, I suppose, and some missions. But having like a overarching villain to constantly be talking shit to you as you do these things, I think was smart. All right. Handsome Jack will be moving on as a contender. Cool. All right. If you know, it looks like a lot of you are still entered, but maybe got unentered. If you'd like to re-enter, type in bag is best. Some of you can see yourself here. I will not look to see if each of you are entered individually, because it's just going to be easier for you to type in bag is best. But if you look over and you see this blue by your name, then you're probably good. Two T-Rex. What do you got? Trying to think of who I really want on this list and who I'm afraid won't make it. I mean, some personal favorites. Only partial villain, which I think counts. Like someone who's at least a villain for part of the game. Lloyd from Legend of Dragoon. No shot of him making it onto this bracket. I also saw what happens when I try to put in a Legend of Dragoon Homer pick and it doesn't go well. All right, Tutu, you're done. Sorry. Senna, what do you got? Sir O, it's redeemed. Subtract 50K from Baby Grinch. Okay, we'll work on it. Objectively best villain's Baby Grinch. Well, look. Listen, you said bag is worst. What do you want me to do? All right, Micah Bell from RDR2. He's not only a villain in the game, but I think he's the devil on your shoulder, enables the worst in everyone around him. Micah is the festering rot of the Vanderlyn gang. Big true. Micah fucking is an asshole. He's terrible. Yeah, it's an interesting thing with Micah. Hey, Miss Express, how you doing? Congrats on 1 year. You seem to be streaming for like half a day. It was wild. I can't imagine having the energy to stream more than... I barely get past 3.5 hours. That's when I'm out. Anyway, best villain as Micah. Yeah, a good villain. I think you hate him from the moment you meet him. Like no one... maybe I'm wrong. But I doubt anyone plays RDR2 and is like, yeah, Micah, fuck yeah, I love this dude. He's so cool. You know, you're meant to hate him. You're meant to hate Micah. And you have to help him for so much of it, and he just makes things worse. He just always makes things worse. And yeah, certainly you have this game, right, with Arthur, who is slightly on a journey, I mean, depending on how you play, but slightly on a journey to become a better person. Not necessarily a good person, but better in certain ways. And Micah is, you are right, that devil on the shoulder that anytime Arthur's trying to make some sort of meaningful ground forward, Micah puts out an opportunity that could drag him back down. Sawvillains had to join. Yes. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I think Micah's a great pick. Have you ever played non-good Arthur play? I've played one playthrough of Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm never going to play the game again. I'm not going to, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to play it again. I enjoyed it, but I just don't have time. But who knows? Maybe in 5 years I'll be like, I would. I also don't think I'd ever want to play a non-good Arthur. It'd be interesting, and I want to watch maybe some cutscenes for it. But I think that, I don't know. It feels like it would end up being too cynical of a message for me. And I might be wrong, but I think the game works if you play a good leaning Arthur. I don't know that the story and themes work as well if you don't. But of course I haven't. I haven't played it, so maybe it's not fair for me to say that. But at least what I got out of the game and what I'm happy to have gotten out of the game, I don't know that I would have if I played a very self-centered, shitty Arthur. Anywho, is Micah a contender, chat? Don't pick the rude dialogue because I don't want to piss off NPCs. That is one thing. You like so many of the characters in the game. It's hard. It's hard. Yeah, I think the story would really fall apart if Arthur is all bad. I think it's important to have Arthur be not a straight line up, you know what I mean? For him to have these moments where you as a player might choose to do something shitty as him, or just him as a character chooses to do something shitty. I'm glad that the game doesn't work in that way, you know? Where every action is just like, I'm going to be better. So much of RDR2 subreddit is, I'll play through the story until I have to save Micah. Then I'll mess around forever. Had this debate in the morning show at my station. One of the guys' son was playing the game and brought it up and said it makes me want to shoot people. And I said that. Yeah, that's one thing. So 10 seconds, 10, 9, 8, whatever. Micah's through. That's one thing I've seen argued a bit. I know I have had this summarized for me, so don't get mad at me. I know in, I think, White Light's video on Red Dead Redemption 2 talked about how it feels like the game is punishing for wanting to play an outlaw. At least people have told me that that's said in that video. And I get that to a degree of like wanting to play a certain way and feeling bad when you're punished for it. But at the same time, it's like, I think the game makes less sense if you don't get punished for it, which is hard, you know? I guess the other thing is I think some people play Red Dead Redemption 2 with the GTA mindset, and it's like, Cool Myron, have you played Red Dead Redemption 2? And you're asking if the point is not to just be an outlaw that murders everyone? Have you played it? Have you played the game? Because I don't know. Maybe I don't know how you could walk away from the game being like the point is to kill everyone. Maybe GTA, even, I don't know. That's less so. I guess in GTA you do kind of play as a villain. All right, let's roll it again. Quick sparse, what do you got for me? The narrator from the Stanley Parable as a villain. Okay, you're going to have to sell me as to why the narrator's a villain. Yeah. He's forcing you in directions that you sometimes disagree with. He is taking your freedom of choice, but gives you a path that might be the best for you. Unless he's humorous and charismatic as well, and he's unpredictable like Stanley. Interesting. I don't know that I have ever thought of the narrator as a villain, but I guess you're not wrong. So is Davy Rendon the villain of the Beginner's Guide? I don't know. I don't know that I see fully the narrator as a villain. Davy definitely is. So I guess definitely the antagonist. So if we're viewing it as antagonist, true, which is what I said. So that's fair. Because he is giving you actions and you are acting against them. You are acting against them. So that makes sense. That's fair. Yeah, I think that's a fair ruling. The opposition of the player choice, which is the antagonist. For the purposes of this, villain will be antagonist, because you know what it means. All right, yeah. No, I think that's interesting. Because you're right. The obstacle you are trying to get past is the narrator of the Stanley Parable. I think the thing is, we're allowing antagonists. I mean, okay. I don't know. Yes. Because villain just sounds better than antagonist. And technically within the definition of stuff, sure, this is evil. So evil action, which is not necessarily this, but the person or thing responsible for specified trouble, harm, or damage. So I think that's fair. By this part of the definition, it fits. Very, very sorry for your loss, okay? In this kind of part of the definition, it fits. It's like how Aaron Burr's like, I'm the villain of your history. Granted, also just kind of a villain. But is the narrator... All right, is the narrator from Stanley Parable a contender? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Make your votes heard. Are we choosing best villains? Yes, that is the plan. Best villains from video games. 1 if you think the narrator from the Stanley Parable should be on the contender list, and 2 if you don't. I need to replay Stanley Parable, and I can now because it's been 5 years. I can get that achievement finally. I can finally get that fucking achievement. Maybe I'll stream me playing it for the entirety of a Tuesday. 24-hour stream of me playing the Stanley Parable. Would any of you watch? All right. Overwhelmingly, the narrator is a contender. That's not how you spell narrator. All right. This is regards to your question 2. Which question? Sorry, my memory's gone. Would you watch it? No. Got it. I hear you. Fuck you. How dare you not want to watch a 24-hour stream of me playing a game that's only 3 hours? All right. If you'd like to be re-entered, beg is best. All right, Beige Spirit, what do you got for me? What do you got? Roll again. Pocky, what do you got for me? Hey, I appreciate you, Beige Spirit, for telling me to roll. Probably not a popular one with this audience. Emmett Selk from Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. Yeah, I mean, you have, in fact, picked a character from an MMORPG. But no, I think it's important to go with your faves. I've got 4 bullets for why anyone who's unfamiliar. Give me a sec to paste them into chat. All right. Give me your bullet points. Sell me on Emmett Selk. Chat, do any of you play Final Fantasy 14? Any of you? Anyone? All right, number 1 is on opposite sides from the protagonist, but tries to at least get them to understand his perspective, becoming more desperate to do so the more he realizes the differences are incorrigible. That is interesting. Constantly present through the story, both causing problems by furthering his goals, but also helping out the protagonist at key moments, like assisting in bringing a character back to life. Also interesting. Make you understand that he isn't inherently evil. Presentation is fantastic, from voice acting to almost Broadway-esque idiosyncrasies in movement and disposition. Final battle is as epic as it deserves to be, with both of you unwilling to abandon your positions. After losing, he concedes that history is written by the winners and just asks that he and his people be remembered. He'd have been the hero of the story in the same way that you are, had it ended differently. Okay. I think he's the best villain, not just in 14, but FF games in general. Far more present than Sephiroth, and posing more interesting questions to player like, is what I'm doing right, than Kefka. Just my opinion, though. It's fair. I'll be honest, Pocky, for a game that's an MMO that I'm never going to play, you have sold me. I personally would vote this a 1 now because of your pitch. I think that sounds like a really interesting villain. Almost makes me want to play Final Fantasy XIV. Almost. Almost. But almost. but it sounds like a pretty good villain. It makes me want to watch like a supercut of every Emmett Selk moment in Final Fantasy XIV. You know? So let's see though if you sold the audience as well. All right, 1, if we think Emmett Selk seems like a great villain, and maybe you've played the game and think so, maybe you just read this very, very well written, persuasive argument. And 2, if you think no. Best of luck. We love a good sell. We love a good sell, chat. This, you know. I imagine you may have gotten at least one person to decide to either buy and get Final Fantasy XIV or re-up their sub. I mean, I imagine more people have played Final Fantasy XIV than I'm giving credit, because it's a pretty popular game. All right, good sell. Contender. All right, chat. Let's roll it again. Bell Mox, what do you got for me? 14 was that? No, 14 is... honestly, 14 is pretty persistent. I mean, it seems... I have no idea on average player base. But it does well. What's the command to enter? If you just type in bag is best, you will be entered. Coming off most successful expansion ever, yeah. All right, Bellum, I'm giving you 5 seconds. Peace. Raffle. What do you got from your Raffle? That is you, and you are wasting precious time. No, just type the name. Just type the name. No, you just... How can you send 2 messages before telling me a character's name? Raffle, I'm giving you 10 seconds, and if I don't hear anything from you, you lose your turn. Okay. Goro Majima from the Yakuza Zero? Majima? I don't know. Did I pronounce that wrong? I'm sorry. Goro, I haven't played any Yakuza game, so I'm sorry. What are some pitches? Can you pitch it as well as Pocky did? I mean, obviously people big love Yakuza. All right, I'm already sold. You've sold me. Just the eye patch alone. All right, genuinely funny character who deserves whatever the hell he wants. He's so great. So far, surpassed the popularity of the series. The prequel game turned him from a crazy but charismatic gangster to an interesting, almost tragic character. Also a great singer. Interesting. Cool. Yeah, I mean, cool design. Seems like the kind of interesting, funny villain you'd want to run into in a game. There's the short list. That's what's been sent in so far. A reminder that I really need to play some Yakuza games. Is he a villain? I don't know. He's an antagonist? Yeah. If he's an antagonist, that's good enough. I don't know if a character being a playable character in one of the games makes them not a villain. I haven't played the game, so I don't know. I'm genuinely asking. I have no idea how Goro is used in the game. Chat, you're wrong though. When you say villain does not equal antagonist, 100% it can. Part of the definition for villain. Villain has multiple definitions. It is not just one thing. The person or thing responsible for specified trouble, harm, or damage. That can be a villain. This is the more general use we are using for it. It doesn't just have to be someone who is evil. It doesn't just have to be someone who is evil actions and motives are part of the plot. We're using it in the more general sense. Okay? Okay? Yeah, strongest cheesecake. That's I mean, that's certainly an interpretation that I fully wouldn't disagree with. But also, it doesn't, like, you're talking some square rectangle shit. And I don't think that that example has anything to do with this part of the conversation. In fact, it's saying that antagonist and protagonist could be villain, which is just broadening it more. So maybe I'm just confused as to what you're trying to say. Whatever, though. I don't know anything about Goro, but hopefully you do. Seems like an interesting character at the very least. But do you think Goro should be a contender for best villain in the game? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Bum, 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 ba-da, bum, bum, bum. Boom, bum, 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 ba-da, bum, bum, ba-da, bum, bum. Can I vote twice? You just gotta get your alts going. PC can be the villain despite the protagonist of the story. Sure. Just gotta get some alts. Then you can vote as many times as you want. All right, this is a close one. Needs to get above 60 to be contender. 15 seconds left. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Peace. Require mention a specific game. That's fine. Certainly, if you're suggesting a character, you know, maybe say a specific game. All right, if you'd like to be re-entered, type in bag is best, although many of you might still be entered. All right. Seth, what do you got for me? Skull Kid from Majora's Mask. Skull Kid counts as a villain. You know, Skull Kid's definitely a villain. We did talk about Skull Kid for best characters of all time. Did not make it, so is back on the list. I think Skull Kid, I mean, it's a combination. We don't need to get this in the weeds about like who's technically evil. I think focusing on Skull Kid, because here's the thing, Majora in Majora's Mask is not an interesting villain. What's interesting is that Majora's Mask corrupts Skull Kid. Skull Kid is the interesting character that is hit with a corrupting force. So Skull Kid becomes a good sort of villain character because he's someone that wanted friends, wanted help, found a little bit of power, and completely let it take him over, you know? So that you know, that's why that works. His scream is terrifying. Yeah. True. Anyway, yeah, sympathetic. You feel a little bad for him. You understand why he decided to steal the mask and use the mask to gain power. And then you see him go far too far with it. And becomes, yeah, that chaotic evil force. Let's drop the moon. Isn't present enough at the beginning and at the end. Yeah. Definitely fair. Ganondorf, while not all that present, is more present because you have some like Phantom Ganon as a fight, and he comes like a, you know, when you transition from kid to adult. But yeah, I think Skull Kid's an interesting option for sure. What do you think, chat? You're bitter that the artist from A Short Hike didn't get onto the best characters list. Yeah. Okay. Do you think Skull Kid is a contender for this tournament for best villain of all time? Yeah, I think Skull Kid's great. I think Skull Kid's a classic. This would be a big one for me. You know, especially when you compare it to every Zelda game before it, except maybe Link's Awakening. I mean, especially Ocarina of Time. Like there's nothing redeeming about Ganondorf. You know, Ganondorf is just Ganondorf. And that is what it is. Skull Kid, like, almost was a good guy and then was a bad guy instead. All right, Skull Kid will be a contender for this tournament. Want to see another Zelda game with a really strong story? Are you saying that Majora's Mask has a really strong story? Because I don't know that I agree with that. I think one Zelda game has a really strong story. And it is most people's least favorite Zelda game. Alright, bag is best. We will roll it. Pierre, what do you got for me? Has one of the stronger Zelda stories? What do you mean by strong Zelda stories, I guess? Yeah, I think Skyward Sword has the most present and yeah. Most present story of any Zelda game. Theming and characters, story, yeah. I mean, it's just like a lot of Zelda games just don't have that much to their story. All right, we're moving on. Lucky Archer, what do you got for me? Wand of Gamelon. Virgil from Devil May Cry 3. Tell me about Virgil. I downloaded Devil May Cry 5 and told one of my friends I'd play it, and I haven't. Tell me about Virgil. Here's what I can say so far about Virgil. Definitely has some, like, I'm going to step on you energy. Which, you know, we can appreciate that energy. It's a storm approaching. All right. Jet, you got to sell me on Virgil. I'm going to step on you energy. Okay. Sephiroth, but actually cool. Got it. Virgil is a symbol of what makes a great rivalry with the protagonist. He is the complete opposite of his twin brother, Dante, in every possible way, and is the perfect wall you face in the game, where your skills are brought to the limit. He also is a reflection of the player on how strong you've become or how strong you have to progress further in the game, since you and him fight multiple times, and you both get stronger. Interesting. Strong presence, big sword. Cool. Virgil is essence of cool. He's the type of villain that all he wants is to be powerful, so he fucks over the main character, who's his brother, in order to do so. He really does cool sword stuff anime. He's a perfect rival in terms of fighting someone who's on the same level. Okay. He's a mirror to Dante. So a good foil. He's a great rivalry, a great foil to Dante, who is yeah, who is less of a Chad. . 'Cause, 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 'c Okay. Okay. That sounds pretty cool. Is Virgil a contender? Virgil sounds like a really great foil. Yes or no? 1 for yes, 2 for no, chat. Good work, Virgil. You're abstaining? Did Mitch vote too? Cool sword comes first. Cool sword makes the villain. Is that what you're saying? Doesn't matter how interesting their character growth or development is. Doesn't matter if they're a good foil to the protagonist. Cool sword, 1. All right, Virgil clearly going to be a contender for this tournament. Congratulations, Virgil. You've earned it. We don't have a lot of losers. Chat is being very generous with their contenders today. You love to see it. You love to see a supportive chat. All right, roll it. Heathen, what do you got? Maybe chat has best opinions. Well, that's just not true. First off, you're watching me. Mistake number 1. All right, what do we want to listen to? Maybe some... Ooh, yeah. Get a little... Chat, it is DK month. All right. Heathen, let me tell you. Okay. Zachary Comstock from Bioshock Infinite. I'll be honest, I expected to see a Bioshock villain. Did not expect it to be from Infinite. Did not expect it to be Comstock, but interesting. Okay, chat. I guess we can't talk about Comstock without saying Bioshock Infinite spoilers. All right. Bioshock Infinite spoilers. You have 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can mute. We'll tell you when it's done. Oh my God, Booker is Comstock. Holy shit. Oh my goodness gracious. Timey-wimey, whatever shit. Elizabeth lost to Pinky. You're Comstock. So there's some interesting aspects there, although I still don't really understand based on the personality of Booker, like how he gets to Comstock. That is one thing that I never fully understood, and maybe someone can help me with that. I think thematically it's an interesting choice, right? If you have these multiple dimensions, what if the final baddie was actually you, but a much different you? And maybe that's the point of, like, you know, we can be changed so much from the life events and who we're influenced by and when we're baptized. But yeah. Also, they're both adults, so why don't they both have Troy Baker's voice? This is some How I Met Your Mother, Bob Saget stuff, you know? But yeah, I mean, creates a very interesting world, has a few singular focuses on, you know, protecting his surrogate daughter. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest. Comstock's interesting. Of the Bioshock Infinite, of the Bioshock villains, lower on the list for me. Because I don't always understand his motivations. I'd be interested, Heathen, to hear what you specifically like so much about him. I mean, I do think people's voices change, once you get older. But isn't Comstock supposed to be the same age as Booker? Isn't Comstock the same age as Booker? Or Booker gets transported into the future? because of all the time. Yeah, because of all the shit. Yeah. And being around the shit. Okay. You like that switch up. Yeah, that's fair. It's an interesting choice. There's 2 stories of one man shows how much a person can change based on their experiences and what they've lost and what they've gained. And who's there to help pick them up. Will the circle be unbroken? Fair enough. But yeah, chat, what do you think? Is Comstock a contender? One for yes, 2 for no. Let your voices be heard. Yeah. I mean, it's tough. It's tough because Bioshock Infinite is looked down on in the series. And I also think the strengths of Bioshock Infinite compared to the other game wasn't its villain. And yeah, when you can easily kind of point to, the original Bioshock arguably having 3 villains who could all be on this list, it definitely is a little tough. Big fan, Rez. I appreciate you submitting and giving your reasons. $23. All right. Unfortunately, Comstock does not make it. But someone else could. Let's roll it. Perry! What do you got for me? Yeah, you can submit more than once. That's fine. No one puts Joker. More I want to say, but seriously working. No worries. I'll be honest. I think that people's opinions on Bioshock Infinite are kind of so big, so hot that it's going to be hard to move past them. So Virgil was your pick. Okay. Got through. Senator Armstrong from Rising Revengeance comes out of left field, but when he shows himself, yeah. A great villain. I think the truly terrifying aspect of it is how Metal Gear Rising Revengeance really, really predicted Trump. It is something to behold. Yeah. What a fucking fight that is. Look at this motherfucker. What a dickhead. What a good game. Rising Revengeance is really good. Alright. Just snaps the knife. So yeah. He did play football at Texas. True. We love nanomachines. Don't fuck with this senator. Yeah, a very campy villain who surprisingly, as over the top as he seemed, and you'd just be like, oh yeah. I mean, I know Kojima didn't work on Rising Revengeance at all, right? Didn't do any writing for it, I assume. But obviously in the Metal Gear area, as much as you want to be like, oh, this is goofy, actually ended up being pretty good political commentary on the next few years of American politics. In a wild way that only the Metal Gear Solid seems to be able to do. Okay, you think he had a... Okay, I have no idea on that, just because, obviously it wasn't developed by... whatever, yeah, because Platinum did it. But, makes sense that he would be involved. Had better story than Metal Gear Solid 5, yeah. No, Armstrong, I think, is a pretty classic, campy villain. Definitely the main villain I remember from Metal Gear stuff I've played. But what do you think, chat? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Only you can decide. Boom, 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 boom. $30 seconds remaining. Looking pretty good, though. Looking pretty good for Armstrong. Loving the background music. We do love some DKC music. All right, Armstrong, you're good. You're in. Senator Armstrong, congratulations. Cool. All right, bag is best if you would like to be entered. Bag is best. Chris Cool Noob, what do you got? I mean, I have one guess. but it's already in. My guess is you're gone, because yours got picked. The villain of Edith Finch? Yeah, I've seen it. All right. I'll give you 10 seconds. Then we're moving on. All right. The one who knocks. That's a pretty good name. That's pretty good. Not following, and you're... What gives? What fucking gives? Hey. There we go. The Lich King! Arthas, fantastic character development from an idealistic paladin corrupted by his own ideals, become the very symbol of all he originally fought against. What made him great is that you play the story from his perspective, starting off as the hero and witnessing his descent in real time, initially understanding why he makes the terrible decisions he does, and being helpless to stop him, becoming an increasingly irredeemable character. Also, he looks cool AF. Yeah. That's good. Arthas is a great pick. I think one of the first big why isn't pop whatever. One of the first big like anti-hero hero to villain transitions that I remember playing in a game. I remember experiencing that in Warcraft 3. And yeah, it's cool. It's a cool sort of thing. And Blizzard loved doing that. Blizzard loves that shit. Blizzard loves that kind of character. And yeah. Done well in Warcraft 3. I think that's a great pick. I think Arthas is a great pick. It obviously becomes pretty... God, Warcraft 3 was so fucking fun. I love that game. It was so good. It probably still is good. But yeah, Arthas, classic villain. Hero to villain. We love to hate to see those transformations. But Chad, what do you think? Is Arthas a contender? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Arthas is goated villain. Yeah. I'll flash to the list in a second. If you say 2, you're wrong. Well, I think there's been 1 vote for 2, Sling Rush. When you said that there had been 1 vote, and it was you because you typed 2. Because you typed 2 in there, so I think it voted 2. Lol. You voted against your own self-interest. All right, 15 seconds. Long-time viewer, first-time voter. Fair. Fair play. All right, Arthas, congratulations. You have made it. The Lich King himself. What's Arthas' last name? Arthas Menethil? Menthil? Menethil. All right, congrats. All right, let's roll it. Ba-boom. The Talker, what do you have for me? What do we got? Anything? I think we're building up a good list. I'm trying to think of who for sure I know is going to go on there. And I'll have to think about some of the ones that I know less about and maybe do some research, maybe even play a few games. We'll see. All right, the Talker. You've lost. pretty Tipsy Phoenix. Pretty unfitting name. Where's the talking? Strongest cheesecake there. What do you got for me? What is Bowser doing up there? He passed on a vote. He won a vote. Bowser won a vote. So, you know, what can you do? What can you do? What's happening? I don't know. What does it look like's happening? All right, Strongest Cheesecake. I apologize, but something's broken. It's not. It doesn't look like you're here or typing. Regcarp, right now we are trying to decide on the best contenders for my villain bracket that's coming up. And people are suggesting stuff, and then we are voting on to see if it should be a contender, and then I will choose some villains from that list. Cube! What do you have? Any video game, yeah. Top pick, Hugh. Oh, okay. So, not going to do that because you don't want to spoil. Benny from Fallout New Vegas works great as a villain for the beginning of the game. And this is Chandler. Will we vote on a winner? No. This is just to make the bracket. This is pre-bracket. This is pre-bracket. Benny. Chandler Bong. This is the guy that like kills you in the beginning, right? Or shoots you. Benny. I don't know. But yeah, Foyle, played by a solid actor. Is Benny a contender? Talks funny. 1 for yes, 2 for no. I don't know. Can you post someone if it's a spoiler? I don't know. Yeah, I guess. I'd be careful. You don't want to ruin someone. If you think it'll ruin someone's experience, knowing that or whoever you're going to say is a villain, then I guess don't. It's always tough. Stuff like this is tough. You want to be sensitive, but you also do want to have the best picks. I don't know. But also, I guess, because this is a community vote, what are the chances that someone that isn't like common... You know what I'm saying? I haven't even finished my thought. But let's say, all right. Most people know that at the end of Sixth Sense, Bruce Willis is dead. He's been dead the whole time. I said that. I didn't even give you a spoiler warning because I don't give a fuck. Because it's been out for like 20 years and everyone knows. It's just common knowledge. That twist is common knowledge. Right? That twist is pretty common knowledge. It is part of our understanding of the Sixth Sense. Right? Most people know it. It is so well known that it's just like I can't be bothered to care. It's not even a twist if you just pay attention. Yeah, that is also true. It does tell you pretty much everything right away. Anyway, my point is, if a villain is a twist villain that a lot of people would be spoiled by knowing they're a villain, chances are they have no shot at winning the final tournament because who's going to vote for that? You know what I mean? Who's going to vote for it? So I would say maybe avoid that. If it's not like part of the common knowledge, I'd avoid it. Benny, sorry. Does that make sense? Villain in Shadow of the Colossus, Dorman. I mean, Dorman's a villain. Even if you think the player is also a villain, Dorman's definitely a villain. Alright, bag is best if you'd like to be entered. All right. Pancake, what do you got? I haven't played Arkham Knight, so is it Joker? Atlas from Bioshock 1. Capitalism corrupts people in the main theme of the game, and he was the most poignant case of that. Also, the twist at the end. Okay, so I think Atlas is a good example of a character that Bioshock's been out long enough, and, you know, Atlas is a good example, right, of, like, sort of a twist, but everyone knows. Like, most people know. People who care know. Atlas is a solid villain, for sure. Dude, Norman, got it. Would you kindly? 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 Gladys is already on here. Yeah. Anyway, I will say, personally, Atlas is like my third favorite villain from Bioshock. But Atlas is definitely a solid little twist, a solid pushing forward of your motivations as a character, an interesting commentary on how we take orders from video games. Who's before Atlas? I prefer both Andrew Ryan and Sandra Cohen. But Atlas is great too. Atlas is great. They're all good. I mean, I think also, like, the thing to remember with Atlas is there's, like, the figure of Atlas and then the reality of Atlas. So, yeah, the figure of Atlas was fighting, sure, against some of Andrew Ryan's shit, but it was all, you know, pushed by Frank Fontaine. Well, Atlas is always Fontaine. Am I wrong on that? Is Atlas not always Fontaine? I mean, like, it's been a while. Atlas is a fictional person made by Frank Fontaine. To help undermine Andrew Ryan. Let's just look it up. Let's just look it up. It's been a minute. I'm pretty sure that Atlas was just created by Fontaine. It wasn't adopted by him. It was just created by him. Like Fontaine, I thought, faked his death and then came back as Atlas. Spoilers for Bioshock. September 12th, 1958. Fontaine was apparently killed in a shootout with Ryan's men. His death was faked, allowing Fontaine to escape punishment for his crimes and giving Ryan and Rapture false hope that their enemy was dead. Fontaine reemerged as Atlas, a fisherman, proletariat hero, and family man. So yeah, it's Fontaine all the way down. Anyway, though. Is Atlas a contender? Thanks for the hydrate. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Would you kindly go to Andrew Ryan's office and kill the son of a bitch? I think another one of these that would be fun is like best villain monologue. Just best villain monologue in a game. Andrew Ryan has a bunch that I think are pretty entertaining. Of course, the final one being the stand, would you kindly? Run, would you kindly? I don't know how anything would top it, Jesse. I don't know. I think that's just got to be the best monologue in a game. A man chooses. Ugh. Andrew fucking Ryan. All right, it looks like Atlas is in fact a contender. A man chooses. The definition of insanity from Far Cry. That one's all right. We'll just write Frank Fontaine. The lemon rant is good for sure. But are they better than A Man Chooses? Audrey, what do you got? You can see your username on the left. If it has the blue circle, it means you're... Oh, yeah, it means you're eligible if it has the blue circle. If it doesn't, it means you need to re-enter with Bag is Best. All right. Rip. Sir Oatslot. You left. Peace. Arthur. Yeah, you can re-enter. That's fine. What the fuck, Arthur? Arthur, what the fuck? Arthur. No. Sandwich Sammy. Do you understand why that's a bad idea? Okay, you capped. Thank God. That Kang, what you got for me? It should work. It's worked in the past. I can back out and then it might rework. All right. It does seem like we have some people who put some stuff in earlier. So new one is Bag is Best 2. Bag is Best 2. Let me do some stuff real quick. Huh. All right, give me a sec. My chat box broken? Doesn't seem to be working right. Oh, maybe I just reset it? No, it seems okay. Well, no, it just shouldn't have been disappearing. But I think maybe when I jumped into deep dashboard stream, it messed up or deleted stuff. It just shouldn't have been disappearing. All right. Okay. Cool. I don't know why it's not letting you re-enter. Maybe out here. Beg is best too. Hopefully that works. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. See, now it seems like there's way more people in than who submitted. All right. Let's try. Whatever. Let's roll it. Let's see what happens. Candid Cantaloupe, you here? I may have fucked it up by pressing that shit. I think I fucked it up. Fuck. Shit. All right. We are the bag, chat. Are we though? Now you are. Cool. All right. Roll it. Sammy Sandwich, what do you got? Kriya says Darth Treya from KOTOR 2. I have not played KOTOR. Tell me about them. Darth Treya. Hey, bobbers. Knights of the Old Republic. It is a Star Wars game. That people like. It's kind of was Mass Effect before Mass Effect. Love Star Wars. You gotta admit the villains are usually fairly generic and for the most part evil just for the sake of being evil. Gray feels like one of the better attempts at creating a character that is somewhat morally gray. Okay. Currently taking a game design course exam to see if I'm viable in a company. Hey, best of luck. Interesting motives and progression through the story. Cool. Is Kriya a contender? Yes. No. All right. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Let your voices be heard. Battleline definitely could be a good choice. I tried playing KOTOR a couple years ago. I think I need like just dummy mods. I think I just need to play it with like a ton of mods to make it a little smoother. It's a bummer. I feel like that and Morrowind are these games that I really think I'd enjoy, but just certain aspects of how they were made have aged poorly. which is too bad. 2 is way more busted. All right. Looking like a contender. Congratulations to Kreia. All right. Let us keep rolling along. Pancake. Azrael from Undertale. We love an actual sympathetic and redeemable villain. In a pacifist route, you spend the whole time trying your hardest to make everyone be your friend. Azrael feels like something you just can't overcome. But if you keep pushing through and trying to save them, you eventually do get a more satisfying ending. Definitely the best ending. I mean, I never did a No Mercy run, but yeah. Undertale's an interesting case with it as like people who are actually villains, who are just antagonists. You know, as for this, like I think villains, I'll count anything. If you say Sans is a villain, I'd agree with that. Because in some cases, or if you say Char is a villain, I'd agree with that. But yeah, no, I think definitely an interesting route with a sort of thing of like that feels good, right? The power of friendship. It tells us what's going on. I don't know. If only there was like a command you could pick. If only there was a command in the stream title. I should change something in there real quick so it actually tells you what to do. Game villain. Cool. All right, let's vote on it. Azrael a contender. Yes. No. 1 for yes, 2 for no. I mean, I think what's interesting about Undertale is like it's a game where everyone is a villain and everyone is a hero, or almost everyone's a hero. It's a cool, yeah, everyone's a monster. It's an interesting game. Mitch with the anti-Undertale vote. Naturally. Makes sense. Dude, there's the dog just going nuts outside right now. All right. Yeah. That is a Azrael contender. Cool, cool. Let us go. Let's roll again. Tipsy Phoenix, what do you have for me? Let's listen to the same soundtrack. We do love a chilled Donkey Kong in rain. These are it's such a simple thing that people do by just putting the music and then add in like some thunderstorm sound effects in the background, but it works well. Sorry. Character limit. Got it. Dude, this dog. Someone just go pet him. G-Man from Half-Life. The sense of mystery he gives the Half-Life series is a large part of its success. The time you can see him in the background while you play are great. Excellent VA. He's not physically present often, but you consistently feel his presence in vague ways. He's not the villain in the normal sense, but the feeling he gives as an antagonist is pretty unique to him. He's not actually my favorite, but he's interesting. I think Valve nails the thing that they were going for. Yeah, interesting. That's pretty good. Who's the actual villain? Breen, is that his name of Half-Life 2? Dr. Breen, Neil Breen. Yeah, I think G-Man's an interesting one of like you don't fully understand what the purpose is or the exact influence he has over the story in the world. You know that it is far beyond what any one figure should have. And definitely creates a creepy sort of environment. A walking cliffhanger, yeah. Yeah. All right. What do we think, chat? Is G-Man a contender? 1 for yes, 2 for no. And then Half-Life is the motion sickness that it gives me. At least in Half-Life Alyx, that's the case for me. The real villain of Half-Life is Valve. Fair. Fair. Can't argue with it. It's been a while since I've played 2. I have a question, I suppose. If G-Man, and they're different. I understand they're different. If G-Man is a villain based on how he comes in, creepy, you know, pushes the plot in ways and freezes time at inopportune moments. Are the Lutece villains for that similar reason? And I guess they're kind of working with the villain too, which is... I don't know. Let's keep rolling. Seth, what do you got? All right. Jesse, what do you got? The blue turtle shell from Mario. The biggest, from Mario Kart, the biggest villain of them all. The blue turtle shell only has one goal: to destroy and frustrate a player. While it's enacted by the player, the blue turtle shell could have been designed. Fuck you, dude. Could have been designed to target any player, but it only targets the one in first. Now, you could argue that the player that throws the shell is the real villain in this scenario, but that only further reveals the true evil of the blue turtle shell. It's such a powerful tool to undermine the success of the player at the front of the pack that it, like all absolute power, corrupts absolutely. Nobody is happy to see it coming for them. And as it floats over the other racers, they feel fear as the player, they feel fear for the player ahead, but also a reminder that if they pass said player, they too could fall victim to its might. It is all powerful and has only one goal: to harm. True. Counter argument: the blue shell is Bernard Sanders, and the player in first is Jeff Bezos. How about now? Competitive competition isn't capitalism. Wait, what? True, because there is no competition in capitalism. It's fair play. The winners are already chosen in capitalism. Fair. You've won this round. Anyone could win a race in Mario Kart. Anyone could actually pull themselves up from their bootstraps and win a race in Mario Kart. That's fair. You have coins. True. True. Is Mario Kart fair? No, but the winners aren't determined at the beginning. The winners weren't determined 300 years ago. All right, is the blue shell a contender? 1 for yes, 2 for no. I mean, you're stealing his video essay. You've inspired a movement. Bracky, you can't just plagiarize Jesse's essay. True. I could have performed it in a way that would not have been as beneficial. I could have waved it off, but you goaded me into video voice mode. There is no going back. All right, the blue shell from Mario Kart, in fact, a contender. Is blue shell one word or 2 words? Blue shell. Blue shell. What do we think about lightning from Mario Kart? First name Blue, last name Shell. Now lightning is socialism. Yeah, but friendly competition isn't socialism, Jesse. Best Mario Kart villain brackets one. The rich get richer. See, if as someone, you know, who when playing against bots is often in first place. Not against real people, but when playing against bots, I would always rather get hit by lightning than blue shell. Because even though the lightning does hurt me a little more, it hurts everyone else. Streamlabs. Bracket slash, what do you got? This one's controversial. Third villain, Abby from The Last of Us 2. Just feel like they did a really solid job of developing her and making the character really empathize with her. Yeah, it's The Last of Us 2 is an interesting one because, like, who's more? I mean, who is more of a villain in The Last of Us 2, Abby or Ellie? And I'll be honest, the answer is Ellie. like Ellie is way more of a villain than Abby. But obviously, Abby, for the first half of the game, is cast as the villain until she becomes playable. It's tough, yeah. It is tough because it's a game with two protagonists and two villains, both of who do shit that's fucked up. I don't know that. I mean, I don't know that I would want to put Abby on a bracket, like a tournament bracket. Of the best 16 villains, though. Because of her very unique spot as both. You know? I think that's where I'm at. Also, I just know if I put Abby on any bracket, unfortunately, she's just going to lose because of where it's at. No, I think it's an interesting conversation to be had for sure. Because, yeah, I think what I like about her is how she's established as a villain. You hate her for it, and then the game is, like, gives you understanding, gives you reason to not do it. I know there's some other people that, like, are a villain in one game but not a villain in another. It's just this game is so much about that conversation of who's a villain. Everyone has a villain in their own story and everyone's the hero. You know, like, that's what this game's about. So it feels hard. It's tricky, yeah. It's tough. If you have another that you'd like to throw out, I'll be happy to have us discuss it. Obviously, we are walking the lines a bit with villains and antagonists. All right, let's vote on GLaDOS, chat. Let's pretend like we haven't already voted on GLaDOS. Let's vote on GLaDOS. Do we think GLaDOS should be a contender? Is GLaDOS a contender? 1 for yes, 2 for yes. Sorry, 1 for yes, 2 for yeah. Make your votes heard. Congratulations to GLaDOS with 8 yeahs. She will be a contender. Thank you, Bracket. All right, let's roll it. Sling Rush, what do you got for me? Should have said Among Us Red. Among Us Red is sus. This is true. Kefka from FF6, a very classic Final Fantasy villain. Oops. A clown. A little wild. I don't know. What do you like about Kefka? What do you like about Kefka? I feel like I've been waiting for... so non-threat initially, you really write him off, then he becomes one of the most menacing villains. Yeah. Has his shit go through. Yeah, interesting stuff. You love a villain who you're like, who you want to laugh off, and then it's like, oh wait. Oh wait, you're God now. So is Kefka a contender? All right. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Killing it. All right, chat. I'm going to let you keep voting. I have to take a leak, so I'll be right back. BRB. All right. Kefka, congrats. You've done it. God damn it. All right. For Kefka over Sephiroth. Fair. All right, let's switch to Mario. Beautiful. All right, let's roll. Bramos, what do you got? What do you got? I think, chat, let's do like 5 more, and then we can move on to something else. The Snatcher from A Hat in Time treads a very fine line between Kooky Funny Ghost Man and Terrifying Devil Contract Maker backstory. Also surprised me in the overall tone of the game. Yeah, I need to get back on that shit on Hat in Time. But we do love a funny ghost man mixed with someone that makes contracts with the devil. Oh, Youngtown voiced the Snatcher? That's wild. Is the Snatcher a contender? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Ow, fuck. She's probably a lot of people haven't played. Yeah. Makes it hard. Makes it hard. No, I was adjusting my mic there. And I said ow, even though I didn't actually hurt myself. I will give it 10 seconds. Voss is on there, yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Snatcher makes it through. All right, let's do 4 more. 4 more. If you'd like to be entered, what is it? We are the bag. We are the bag. Then we'll move on to the next thing. We've been doing this for a while. I think we got a handful of entrants and got some other shit to focus on. No Dr. Eggman? True. All right, Jack, what do you got? Will there be more streams pre-bracket voting? I might do a bit of it on Thursday. I don't think a full stream of it, but might do some more of it. See where the interest is. The tyrant Mr. X from RE2 Remake, even though he was only in a small portion of the actual game, his presence was so overwhelming, basically became an icon for the franchise in a way he wasn't in the original. I believe his reception will influence many horror games to come. I mean, very clearly it seems to be influencing a lot of RE8, RE Village. You know, they seem like, hey, we like how people responded to the Baker family and this first-person switch. What if we had some folks that are chasing you through it more and more and will be big vampire mommies that can step on you? His footsteps. His goddamn footsteps. Just like... Pretty much you're exploring these areas and you have the tension of just normal zombies coming to kill you. And then you just hear boom, 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 boom. And that means, oh fuck, this guy who I can stun and run away from is coming after me. And then that you're just sent into a panic about it. It is when you are goofing around too loud in your room, throwing shit at the wall, and you just hear your dad's footsteps walking down, knowing you are about to be grounded. You're going to have to wash the dishes every day for the next year. Anyway, is Mr. X a contender, chat? 1 for yes, 2 for no. You know the drill. Definitely a menacing threat throughout the game. Did we get a no villain yet? What do you mean? You're saying the best villain is no villain? Or has somebody voted no? Yeah, we've had a few, but it has overwhelmingly been yes. All right. Yeah, I mean, a few have not made it. But overwhelmingly, yes, which is fine. Just gives me a big pool to pick from. All right, let's do 3 more. Squeaky Samurai, what do you got? Oh, you can't see anything? Oh. Doesn't really matter. It passed. Oops. What the fuck? Oh, there we go. Oh, you can see the votes. That's fine. There's not much else to see, to be honest. But yeah, these are the ones who haven't made it. 4. You guys have overwhelmingly voted yes. Squeaky Samurai. Bye. Perry, you still here? Because if you do, you got another vote. If you would like to be entered for these last 2 or 3, we are the bag. We are the bag, chat. We'll do 3 more. Evan, what do you got for me? Hades, a super interesting villain because his challenge to the game's protagonist is always present in the gameplay. He's believable as a character, but also easy to dislike. Family trauma makes great villains. Yeah! Is he a villain? Yes. Hades is the villain of the game. We've got to chill. We've got to chill a bit with the semantics of it all, okay? We've got to chill with the semantics. He is the primary antagonist of the game, which by the distinctions of this makes him a villain. Is he 100% evil? No. Does he lie to his son? Yes. So yeah, I think 100%. 100% Hades is the villain of Hades. That reminds me, I had someone leave a comment on my Breath of the Wild video being like, you should really post spoiler alerts. Like, it's lame that you spoiled the end of Hades. Because I showed that you fight Hades in a game called Hades, where in the first 5 minutes you're trying to escape from Hades. I was just like, maybe, but I just can't. I just like, I don't know. I get it on one hand, but on the other, it's just like, it's the kind of spoiler that if no one's gonna be like, wait, what? You fight Hades? I mean, exactly. It doesn't spoil anything that actually matters. But yeah, an interesting thing. But no, I think Hades is definitely a solid option, a huge antagonistic force that isn't like that. The interesting thing about Hades as an antagonist / villain is that Hades is trying to just stick to what he knows. He doesn't like change, and he's afraid of change. And obviously, the love of his life is all about change, and he's trying to have his son not like question or leave. His actions are what he thinks are in the best interest of his family, of his son. Killing him. he thinks killing his son is in his son's best interest, obviously. Greek gods are fucked up, huh? Is Hades a contender? 1 for yes, 2 for no. A great performance, too, yeah. Very good performance. All right. Looking like he'll make it. We're going to do 2 more. So again, if you'd like to be entered, you can type "We are the bag." Or wait, what are we doing even? We are the bag, I believe. Battle line has not been suggested. All right, congratulations. Oh. Karanka? Fucking yawns. Oh shit, it's you. Choose well. Don't fuck this up. No, you got 1 more after this. Okay, Pokey Minch from Earthbound. While the hero Ness is a good-natured kid, this brat is a complete foil. A petty kid, selfish and envious of Ness, whose upbringing with greedy, corrupted parents is to blame at first, but then during the course of your journey to save the world from Gigia's invasion, is always one step ahead, maliciously manipulating everyone around him for his goals, trying to prevent you. So you see him completely lose all of his humanity and turn into an evil force of nature. Cool. I haven't played Earthbound, but I am familiar with this kid being a huge dickhead. But let's see what chat thinks. Who do you think Reggie would vote for? Do you think Reggie would give this a 1 or a 2? All right. Is Pokey Minch a contender? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Annoying neighborhood kid to time traveling tyrant. We do love a shift. Uh-oh. 15 seconds. If you'd like to enter for the final one, we are the bag. We are the bag. All right. Unfortunately, not going to be enough. Here's our last one, though. We are the bag if you'd like to be entered. Oh, it's not entering everyone. All right, let's do this. Cancel. Refresh. We were the bag. Okay, chat? We were the bag. If you'd like to be entered for the final, for the real final choice, we were the bag. All right. Best of luck to all who have entered. But there can only be one. Jesse, what do you got? Don't have a I was, I was like, would he hit it with a second meme? It could have gone either way, obviously. Frau Engel from Wolfenstein 2. Yeah, Frau Engel. Oh my God. That mother. Ugh. She just doesn't die. She just won't die. Mod bias, shake my head. Easy peasy, Nazi never dies, an absolute monster, just never fucking dies. Doesn't matter how many times you fucking kill her. No, she's a very interesting villain. Not in terms of any part of hers relatable, just like her relentless dedication. It is a terrifying mindset, and just like a very good counter to BJ. And like, yeah, she is so detestable that you almost love running into her in the chance that maybe this time, like, you can actually end her. Most relentless Nazi that murders people and tries to force her daughter to kill someone. Yeah. You might get to kill her this time. Maybe. Yeah. Where certainly with some villains is like, God damn it, you again. But with her, it's like, all right, round 70. Let's go. I think what's also interesting is she is not the exact representation of how I think we're probably used to seeing Nazis portrayed in media. You know, because a lot of times it's like it's a buff Aryan man or just Hitler himself. But with Frau Engel, it's it is. I mean, obviously she's benefiting from Nazi shit. 100%. But yeah, it is, hashtag girl boss. It is not, she is not the character who is typically a Nazi villain. So I think kind of being able to see that broader scope and just, an extension of the dangers and the different mindsets that people can get into from just leeching on to the most bullshit, dangerous, belief systems. She a real piece of shit. Is she a contender for best villain of all time in a video game? 1 for yes, 2 for no. I don't know that there is a villain in a game that like I've ever wanted to kill more than Frau Engel. That's the best way I can put it. Him and Bowser feel like they're on the same level for me in terms of bad guy. Yeah. Eggman definitely a fair bit goofier. All right. Finish poll. Just eking in. Frauengel. Cool. I think this is a good start to a list of some people to consider. I think Eggman might be a better villain to me than Bowser. Let me think on that some. It's really made me realize how shit the pool of video game villains is. I don't think that's true. I think there's a lot of good video game villains. I think some of them just didn't get suggested yet, and that's okay. There can only be so many. Gwyn, I think, is a decent villain, but obviously a little more off the, you know, like not super present. Like, yeah, Mr. Jefferson is a good villain, or scary villain, for sure. I mean, I stand by. I think Bioshock has 3 villains that I would consider putting on this bracket. I think Voss is a solid villain. Pagan Min is a solid villain. I even think the Seeds are all solid from Far Cry 5. Dutch Vanderlyn, I think, is also a solid villain. I think there's lots of good villains. Gonter O'Dim, I know a lot of people love Gonter O'Dim. But David from The Last of Us is a good villain. I don't know. I think there's a lot of good video game villains. All right, what do I want to do now? Might be thinking Final Bosses, baby. My pick of who I think the best villain of all time is. Ow. Mario, yeah. I mean, GLaDOS is definitely up there. Would Ganondorf be a good villain? Depends which Ganondorf. OT Ganondorf's okay. Wind Waker Ganondorf is probably the best Ganondorf. I mean, Twilight Princess Ganondorf, it sucks. I think a cool design, I guess, but like as far as how he's implemented in the story, I think Wind Waker Ganondorf is actually a good villain. Xant's not a bad villain for sure. All right. I don't know what to do. What do I want to do with my life, chat? This has been fun. Don't know that I'm trying to end stream just yet. Don't know if I want to play video games. 'Cause video games are bad. Yeah, we were just focusing on video game villains. Do you think Ganondorf will be the villain again for Breath of the Wild 2? So Ganondorf, I mean, you're just saying Ganon? I mean, Ganondorf technically, I know it's a dumb distinction, but like Ganondorf isn't really in Breath of the Wild at all. Like, we just get the, like, Malice Ganon, right? No personality, just consume. So a character of Ganon who has, you know, some personality and is an actual force of human. Could be interesting. I would be interested. I mean, they've shown like a character that seems like it looks like it'll be Ganon. Have you seen CJ the X on YouTube? No idea who that is. What do you think of GTA style villains? I don't know. It's been a while since I've played some of the older GTA games. And GTA 5, I don't even really remember a strong villain. So. Oh yeah, chat. How's your 420 going? How's blazing? How is blazing it up going? How is smoking weed? Bum, bum. Oh, he found... Oh, fuck, dude. He was found guilty. Fuck yes. God damn. Oh, my God. Thank God, dude. Fucking Christ. Derek Chauvin. Oh man, I just like we this has happened so many fucking times and they always get off. The Blue Turtle Shell was the minute you found it. Yeah, he's the guy who murdered George Floyd. Thank God. It's just like, I don't know. It's just this has happened so many fucking times. And it always ends up the same way with an acquittal. So to have it not be when like the proof is there, it's clear. It's just like, thank God. Thank God. We've done it. Clearly, it's every issue solved now, right? Nice to have a small step forward, though, and keeping to work towards shit being better and people being held accountable, especially people that like have so much fucking power over us at all times. And who abuse that power. Especially over people who historically are put down like all the fucking time. A lot of people that tried just in the last week, yeah. Yeah, it's wild. Just I don't know. Just every week, like, and even stepping away from police murders, like just the amount of fucking shootings in the U.S. in the past 2 weeks is just like it's unreal. It's terrifying. It's fucking terrifying. "40 years in prison for second-degree murder, up to 25 for third, and 10 years for second-degree manslaughter." So I have no idea how sentences work. Is that how it all like it stacks, I'd imagine? Oh, I'm sure he will. There will, yeah. I'm sure he will be put into some prison that is better for him. Always happen in clusters. Those are maximum sentence, probably get less. Interesting. Well, that's good news. That is some good news. Manslaughter is like accident. Where a homicide, there's some intent. Like manslaughter would be, I don't know. I'm sure, I don't know. Yeah, manslaughter would be like drunk driving and you kill someone. Oh, I mean, definitely good to celebrate, you know, this going the right way. And him being found guilty. Who's knocking? Yeah, I mean, hopefully it'll be a good stepping stone. I mean, all I can say is this is way fucking better than if it had gone the other way, which is just like everything that's happened and every step that's been tried to move forward. If he had been found not guilty, it just would have been the most deflating thing. It'd be so deflating. You know? And I'm saying that as me, like from a very privileged position. So I can only imagine what it'd feel like for the black community and you know, any community that is consistently put down by police and hurt by police and murdered by police. Yeah, I tried not to tune in too much when the defense was going through stuff because I was just like, it just made me mad because some of the shit just seemed like Twitter level defense. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'll be honest. I think juries are weird. I think the American court system is weird. Yeah, he died from heart failure. He died because his heart stopped. That's the argument, which is something you could say about everyone who dies. Is they died because their heart stopped. It's just like, Jesus fucking Christ. Bruh. I mean, yeah, when it's just, yeah. It was very obvious what had happened. I don't know. If you want to reform the criminal justice system in America, 1 for yes, 2 for no. I just, I mean, so juries, you get a jury, they're just people. right? They're just people. But I don't know. How do you determine, like, how do you, I mean, they test juries, right? Like, they have a long thing of, they pick jury. I think they're picked, and like the prosecution, defense both get to interview people from the jury, and they get to like veto certain people so they're not on the jury in an effort to like, in an effort to not have it be biased one way or another. Is that how it typically goes? Just seems so easy for a really shitty jury to get appointed and have some just truly dog shit decisions pass through because of it. A few weeks ago, the defense wanted to replace the jury because they might have been tainted by that news. How's that fair? Yeah, it's so fucking. Yeah, it's just like. Well, like, yeah, I mean, because people can't live in a bubble, and like that is certainly the. I mean, it's impossible to eliminate any sort of bias, but yeah, the fact that so much of it is like, well, look, another person was murdered by police, you know, like, gotta get a new group. It's just so fucked. It's just fucked. Would a new jury accomplish? I haven't seen the news. I mean, the hope probably, right, with the new jury is that they're able to just slip in people who they know will be on their side, right? That, like, you know, so that's what they want. But of course, yeah, you have to look at it from that pulled out view of like, what would it actually do? What would it actually do? And the answer is nothing. Yeah. Ugh, God. I mean, I think that's got to be one of the weirdest fucking lies to tell, right? Because clearly that's not true. Like, there's just obviously no way that they mistook their fucking gun for a taser. Like, that's not what happened. Like, they know. You have to, like, it's just such a wild lie that even if you do take it charitably, you take it as, oh, okay, they made the mistake. It's like, that's not like better. Like, I mean, like, it's like, it's fucking terrifying. That's terrifying too. That we have police who are like so inept that they can't tell the difference between the two. I don't know. It's fucked. I mean, I'm sure the angle is they know that they're going to lose it. So you frame it so they're being tried for manslaughter instead of murder, right? I mean, that's what that move is. That's what that lie has to be. I've not seen Fruitvale Station. Michael B. Jordan's in it, right? It's hard to know how you'd react in the moment. I think when you're talking about like something being in that position, in that situation, you have to think to like, well, how could we just reform things in a way where that situation isn't happening in the first place? I think that's ultimately the important thing to consider, is like, when you're in an escalated situation where someone has traffic violations and you're freaking the fuck out, and instead of maybe just letting them leave for a bit and you have their license plate and know where they live, finding them later when you can approach a situation more safely, you're pulling guns out. It's just like, there has to be a better fix to it. And I think part of it starts with, the whole idea right behind defunding the police. It's more about funding other services to handle situations that the police shouldn't be handling. Having systems to be handled by other groups who aren't the police, who aren't people with guns, to have them be handled by people specifically trained for those specific things. So you can say you never know how you'd react in that moment. And sure, I can't refute that because I'm not in that moment. Although I do like to think that it's pretty easy not to shoot someone. And if you are constantly in fear of getting shot at, I think, I don't know. It's just, that's not. Then maybe you shouldn't be a cop. Like if that's going to be your first gut, very instinct, it seems like, okay, maybe you're not made for this. Maybe you're not the right person. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it was an accident. I think that's a lie. But, whatever. I don't know. I don't know any facts. In the UK, cops don't even have guns. I mean, it's just like, oh, we're in the sexy sacks. I don't know how we got here. I think what's hard is you see so many, you see so much violence happen from police. And a lot of times it's in situations that it's just like, you're not trained to do this. If you think about any time police are working with someone who has some sort of disability, primarily a mental disability, like they're not trained to handle it, and they fuck it up so often, and you see them fuck it up so often because they just don't know, and they don't care. And it's like, well, maybe we should have a system where someone who has been trained, is a trained psychologist, should be, the person responding to situations like this. But I'm just one streamer, man, who is not going to solve all this shit right now, but the webpage for Hollow Knight has been taken down, and the one for Silksong now has a description like it's very interesting. Interesting. When you get a lot of green, never. Never. I wonder when Silksong is going to come out. Wow. I don't know that my outlook's balanced. I think police systems like aren't good. And America's police is very, very armed and like, I don't know. I saw something, it was a chart. I'm going to misquote it. It's not just about training. It's like they need to not be an army. Cops are an army. But yeah, essentially what I saw is it took military spending of every major country. Number 1 is the U.S., obviously. Number 2 is China. And number 3 is the U.S. police force. Which, like, no one else's police force came anywhere near it. So, I think there's lots of problems there. And especially, you look at places like education that constantly are getting budget cuts from them. And then you see police getting a tank, and I'm just like, God damn it. Just found your Twitch. Hey, thanks for stopping by. What's your favorite book? I don't know. Name the Wind. Maybe Name the Wind. Yeah, America has fucked priorities, ultimately. Yeah. Well, if Silksong's good getting announced, I really got to start working on this Hollow Knight video. I really got to get moving on it. Because if Silksong comes out before my Hollow Knight video's done, I think that's bad. That'll be bad for me. Can you give me some advice on how to hit 100 subs on YouTube? Yeah, bots are only like $50. I think if you spend $50, you can probably get 100 bots to follow you on YouTube. Pretty dang easy. Actual advice is, try not to worry too much about getting numbers. If you're making stuff, do it because you like making stuff. I know you came in asking about how you'd hit 100, but my advice would probably be to not worry about it. To not worry about hitting numbers and worry about just making good shit. Good ways to get people to actually watch your stuff. Obviously, having good thumbnail and titling can help YouTube spread it more. Posting it on related subreddits. Rather, having a friend post it on a related subreddit. Because if you post your own thing on a subreddit, you can't do that. Self-promotion bad. But if you say, hey, my friend posted this, or creator, this person posted this, then you're fine. Make friends with other people in the community, not just so they sub to you and give you more numbers, but so that you can learn more about creation. Have friends. And become better at making stuff, Quack. That'd be my advice. Trying to spread stuff, make friends through Discord or Twitter or Reddit. Post on Reddit. Have good thumbnails, good titles. But largely just worry about making good content. Super Paper Mario. Super Paper Mario. The bots I sent over got you from 400 to 7K. You're welcome. You're welcome. Try my best. Anyway, OG Shadow of the Colossus or a remake? I mean, I would probably rather play the remake. OG looks pretty good. I'll say my order would probably be remake, original Shadow of the Colossus, and then the remaster. In that order. The remaster is fine, but just a little worse. The aesthetic of it, but no. Got League of Legends on my phone. I'm not gonna play League with you, bro. Not gonna play League with you. All right, let's toss a raid at someone. Let's toss a raid. Mindari's live, talking about D&D. Cool. Blood's still not live. True. All right, chat. I'll be back Thursday for sure. Probably we'll do another late night Resident Evil 3 stream. Maybe tonight. Nah, not tonight. Too much. Maybe tomorrow night. So watch out for that. I'll post about it in the Discord, but I won't tweet about it. Anyway, have a good one. Peace, blessings, bye.